Hey guys, welcome to Butts and Guts Workout. I'm Emily with Donut Fitness. Today we're going to be working our glutes and our core and a few different exercises. The glutes and the core are really important for a few things that we do in everyday activities: balance, posture. Lower back pain is usually a result of weak glutes and a weak core. So by strengthening our glutes and our core today, it will help with our balance as we move through our regular daily activities. It'll help with our posture by bringing alignment from the knees down to the ankles by strengthening in the glutes so that you don't end up with bow-legged or falling arches in your feet. And by strengthening the core, we can release any tension on the lower back. And by sitting a lot, we end up with weak glute muscles, which also puts a lot of pressure on the lower back. So we always want to have nice, strong glutes and a stable core to support the rest of our body. So that's why this workout's going to be so great. So today we'll start with our warm-up. We'll move into our exercises and we'll finish with a cool down. So we'll start today with our warm-up, starting with high knees. Start stepping it out, getting those knees up nice and high, keeping the hands around the waist as a target for the knees. You can also make this a hopping high knees if you want to get the blood pumping a little bit quicker. But it's generally just to get some lubrication in the hip flexors and to start warming up the legs. So we're moving on to butt kicks. Hands go to the butt, kicking in to the glutes, warming up those hamstrings. Again, you can hop this one out, so adding a bounce to your step, or you can just stay here. Make sure you have a nice open chest. We're not rounding in the shoulders. Giving a chance to open up the front side of the body while we're here in our butt kicks. Good. Moving on to shuffles. We're just gonna tap it out like we're do a little dance move. Tapping it out. Again, you can add it to a hop, so pick up the pace if you want. We'll be doing some work on the outsides of the hips that connect into the glutes. So getting into the sides of the legs is really important for our warm-up. Good. Another side leg warm-up, side leg lifts. Okay, slow and controlled. This is also a core strengthener. So try not to lean over too much. Try to keep that core nice and stable while you lift either leg. I guess you could pick up the pace on this one if you wanted to, but I'm not sure I would recommend that for the warm-up. Very nice. Moving back to the beginning with our high knees. Using our hands as a target. Getting those knees up nice and high. Making it a faster pace if you want. Starting to feel those glutes warm up, maybe a little bit. All right, on to butt kicks. Hands to the glutes, kicking the heels up, trying to touch the hands. Proud chest. You got it. Picking up the pace if you want. Warming up those hamstrings. some smooth breaths in our warm-up. Good. Moving on to our shuffles, our little dance moves here. You can add in some ooh, 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 ooh. Or you can pick up the pace. You could also keep a deeper bend in the knee and hold it down lower if you want more of a challenge in your warm-up. Looking good. Good. All right, leg lifts. Last set of our warm-up. Keep that torso steady. There will be some movement, but try not to topple over in the torso. Nice strong core. Using the obliques to help lift the leg. Waking up the sides of the legs. Getting the blood flow there. Almost there. Good. Okay, we're done with our warm-up. One item you might want for the exercises today is an exercise band. We'll use these during our squats, where you'll slide it on just above the knees. It gives added resistance to the glutes in your squat movement. You don't need it. You can still just do squats without. So since we're here talking about squats, I'll go ahead and demonstrate with the exercise band. Squats are going to be our first exercise. You want your feet to be about shoulder width, toes pointing forward or slightly out when we bend down. If you have your exercise band, you want just above the knee, definitely not on the knee. We don't want to put any pressure on a joint where we could tear any connective tissue or ligaments. So above the knee, closer to the knee is going to give you a deeper resistance. If you go higher, it'll be a little bit easier. So find a good spot that works for you. And we'll squat low as we can with keeping the chest up. Okay, I keep the hands in front for balance. What we don't want to see is a taco position where you bend down and the chest comes down like this. This is a taco. We're not having tacos today. So sinking the butt, chest stays up. You may come this far, you may come this far. Wherever you need to go that your chest stays up is where you want to be. And if you want to add an additional challenge and you have the exercise band or not, you can always bring the hands up. And this will be an added challenge in keeping the chest lifted while you're squatting. So that's exercise number 1. Next we have our single leg deadlifts. I keep my hands in front for balance again. We'll keep one knee up, kick it back, folding forward, trying to find horizontal. Inhale, knee comes back up. Exhale, down. We're doing 10 on each side for deadlifts. Next we have taking it to the mat. We're doing our, what I like to call a lying banana split. So we're going to have a casual laying down position on our side where it looks like we're just lounging. Keep this front hand for leverage here because we're going to lift both legs. Then we'll split the top leg and do 10 leg lifts, holding the legs up like so. Then we'll switch to the other side and do 10 on that side. If it's too much to have both legs up, you can keep one leg on the ground and just lift one leg. Next, we will have toe reachers. So we're staying on our backs. Feet are flat on the mat, knees are pointing up. We'll lift the torso. So we're using just our core here to hold the shoulders up, reaching the hands to the sides. We'll reach as far as we can, reaching for the toes on one side, then switch to the other side, keeping the torso lifted, using the core, hugging the belly in. So we're not pressing the core out. We're hugging it in, squeezing it nice and tight, kind of wrapping it like we have a corset on, and just reaching as far as we can, doing 10 on each side. And finally, we have bicycle crunches. So we'll stay on the mat, hands cradle the head, so there's no tension in the neck. Knees come up like so at a 90-degree angle. So when we're doing this, I want you to think about keeping the lower back planted on the mat. So it might want to lift as you extend one leg or the other, but keep it planted. It might take a slight tuck of the pelvis, or it might just take sending the core down. But it's important to keep the core engaged. That's the muscle that's going to prevent your lower back pain, is that deep core tissue that holds the lower back in place there. Okay, so we'll extend one leg, reach the elbow for the other knee. What you might want to think about to help you with this reach, instead of just turning, think about reaching your shoulder for the knee. That's going to give you more reach and core strength. Then we'll switch sides, doing 10 on each side for a total of 20. All right, that's our workout. So we're doing 3 sets. It comes to about 20 sets for each exercise. So we'll run through this pretty quickly. I'm gonna put my exercise band on for squats, which we have 20 sets of to start. Fix my little microphone guy here. And when you're ready, finding your squat stance, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, squat it low. 1, 2, sink it down. 3, 4, open the hips at the top. 5, no tacos. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, keep it going. 12, 13, inhale down, exhale up. 14, 15, 16, 17, squeeze those knees out. 18, 19, 20, good. Moving on to our single leg deadlifts. We'll start with lifting the right leg back first. Bringing the knee up, inhale, exhale, back. 1, 2, finding horizontal. 3, challenging the balance in those hamstrings. 4, 5, soft bend in the left knee. 6, woo. 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching sides. Left leg kicks back now. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Some days it might be super easy to balance. 5, 6. And other days it feels impossible. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Moving on. Coming down to the mat, finding our lying banana splits. So I'm starting laying on my right side. Left leg will be splitting off. Ready? Find those legs lifted. And 1, 2, 3. Squeeze that core. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Feet are flexed. 10. Switching sides. On the left side now, splitting off the right leg. Okay, both feet are lifted. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We call this 6. A lying banana split. 7, because you are a little rounded. 8, 9, 10. You are a little rounded in your shape, so don't feel like you need to be in a straight line. Coming to the back. Knees pointed up, feet are flat on the mat. Finding our toe touchers. Lift the chest, find your lifted stance. Lower back is flat, abs are squeezed in. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, reaching as far as you can. 6, 7, looking up. 8, 9, 10. Good. Finding your bicycle crunch position. So knees are in a right angle. We'll lift the chest up. Keep that lower back planted. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, stay strong, 9, 10. Good. Coming back onto our feet. First set is done. Moving on to the second set. I'm putting my exercise band on again for squats. Finding my foot position at shoulder width, toes pointing forward or slightly out. My hands are coming forward for balance, or you can take them above the head. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, sink it low. 4, butt down, chest up. 5, 6, 7, 8, you got this. 9, 10, 11, 12. Squeeze those knees out. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Dropping that exercise band if you had it. Moving on to single leg deadlifts. Right leg is lifting first. And I'm gonna get it this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching sides. If you find you're having trouble with balance like me, check back in with that core. That's where your balance is. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Find horizontal. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Much better that time. Coming down to the mat. Finding our banana splits. Lifting the legs. And 1, 2, 3. Keep that core strong. 4, 5. Lift that top leg up high. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching sides. Find those lifted legs and splitting. 1, 2, feet are flexed. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Coming onto the back. Finding our toe reachers. Feet are flat. Knees are pointed up. Lift the chest. Core is strong, but abs are not sticking out. Reaching. 1, 2, 3, 4, as far as you can. 5, 6, 7, slow and controlled. 8, 9, 10. Good. Finding your bicycle crunch pose. Knees are at a right angle. Lower back is planted on the mat. It is not coming up. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, slow and controlled. 9, 10. Good. Last set, coming back up to the feet. I'm putting my exercise band on for squats. Find your squat stance. Feet shoulder width apart. Toes pointing forward or out slightly. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. Squeeze those glutes. 4. Squeeze those quads. 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze the glutes at the top too. 9, 10. It'll help open those hip flexors. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, almost there. 17, you got this. 18, 19, 20. Good. Coming back to our single leg deadlifts. Remember, keeping the core strong, find that balance. Right leg is lifted first. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching sides, left leg is lifted this time. You might try running arms. Might also help with balance. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Strong in that stabilizing glute. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Somehow those are easier with weights. Moving on, do our banana splits. Coming down onto the right side, both feet lifted. Split. 1, 2, 3. Feet are flexed. 4. Core is strong. 5. Hugging that belly in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Switching sides. Laying onto the left side now. Lifting both feet. And splitting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Finding our toe reachers. Lying flat. Feet are on the mat. Knees pointing up. Lift the shoulders up. Reaching for 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Can you reach a little farther? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Finding your crunches. Keeping that lower back planted. Lift the shoulders up. Extend the right leg. Right shoulder goes for left knee. And switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's 3 sets of each. Let's move on to our cool down. We'll roll onto our bellies. Come up onto forearms. So we're in a Sphinx pose right now. This is just to open up the core from all of the crunches. If you wanted to take it a little bit deeper than this, you could take the hands wide under the shoulders, press up and pull the chest forward into cobra, or hands under the shoulders, pressing up into upward dog. But I think Sphinx is enough. We don't need to go crazy, it's just our cool down. But at least you have some options there if it's not getting deep enough for you. You might try a little rock side to side, finding all the little nooks and crannies in the abdominals, top, middle, lower, the deep and the superficial, especially the ones connecting to the hip flexors and to the outer hips. And gently lower. We'll press into the hands up to a child's pose. Back to a child's pose, I guess I should say. And we'll lift up into tabletop. Step the left foot forward and find a nice low lunge. Just letting the hips sink down, resting the shoulder on the knee, adding a little rock side to side, getting in the inside and outside of the hip flexor. It may also feel good to come onto fists, so you're not putting all the weight in your fingertips if your hands aren't flat. Bringing the gaze forward. And we'll shift the hips back into a hamstring stretch. Point and flex the toe a few times. And then we'll find some stillness. Try to keep the back as straight as you can. The more length you have in the back, the more you'll get into the hamstring and less into the back. So if we're rounding in the back, we're going to be stretching more of the lower back and the QL muscles instead of getting more primarily into the hamstring. So coming up onto fingertips, or if you have anything else that you can put under your hands that's nearby, if you need to get it lifted a little bit higher. Another option is to take the right hand over to the left toes and draw the toes back. That'll get a little bit into the calf as well. And maybe even into a little bit of the IT band, which is a good thing. And gently release that. Shift the weight forward, bending into the knee. And we'll step that knee back into our tabletop and switch sides, bringing the right knee forward, sinking the hips nice and deep into our low lunge. Finding a little rock side to side. Chest is open, gaze is forward. Shoulders resting on that right knee. Fingertips or fists touching the ground. And Gently sink the hips back, finding our hamstring stretch. Point and flex the toes. This is just so it's not a shock to the hamstring. Give it a little warm up or a warning, whatever you want to call it. Then we'll find our stillness, trying to find a nice long back. Staying lifted as high as we need to be to keep that length. So we're getting nice and deep into the hamstring. And then option to reach the left fingertips for the right toes, drawing the toes back towards you, getting into the right calf muscle, and still in the right hamstring, and maybe a little bit of the right IT band. And gently release. Bend into that front knee. We'll step it back. And that is your workout for today. Great job on your butts and guts. I hope you have a strong feeling in your glutes, and it'll help you with your posture and any lower back pain, and will just give you a better ability to function in everyday life. Thanks for joining me.